Good day, students. I am your mathematics teacher, and you can call me Sir Carlo. We are now on the 5th week of quarter 3. Today, we will be discussing the Pythagorean Theorem.
But before we proceed to our lesson proper, let's first derive the Pythagorean theorem. I have here an activity. We have 3 squares: the square A, square B, and square C. If the side lengths of each square is A, B, and C, obviously, the area of each square is A squared, B squared, C squared. Now, the activity will something to do like this. All we have to do is to transfer the square B and square A to square C. Let's first transfer the square B. Now, the square A. Now, as we observe, the square B and square A completely cover the square C. Earlier, we said that the area of square A and square B and square C are A squared, B squared, and C squared, respectively. We come up with an idea that if we add the A squared and B squared, it will result to C squared. Therefore, we will have the formula of C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. This is actually the formula of the Pythagorean theorem. Now, the question is, when do we use and where do we use the Pythagorean theorem? Let us first to find out with our derivation. Now, as you can see, these are the square A, B, and C. But they are being laid out, forming a new geometric figure, a triangle. Specifically, the right triangle. Therefore, Pythagorean theorem concerns with the right triangle. Where C is the hypotenuse and A and B are the legs, which leads to the Pythagorean theorem. Now, what is Pythagorean theorem? So the theorem said that in a right triangle, the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the length of the legs. Let's consider this the right triangle. It has a 90-degree angle, and if we name this triangle, this is triangle A, B, and C. And if we name the sides of this triangle, the opposite side of angle A will be named as side A. The opposite side of angle B will be named as side B. the opposite side of angle C will be named as side C. So this side is the hypotenuse and these are the legs. So the theorem said that the square of the length of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the length of the legs. So this theorem written as c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared. Now let us have an example. Find the missing side of the triangle using the Pythagorean theorem. If this is the figure, given that this side is 12 and this side is 16, what is the measure of this side? Now A is 12, B is 16. By the way, this is A because angle A is the opposite of angle A is side A. And this B is 16 because the opposite side of the angle B will make us side 16. Now, by using the Pythagorean formula, c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, we substitute the given the formula. Come up to c squared is equal to 12 squared plus 16 squared. Now, simplify. C squared is equal to 144 because 12 squared is equal to 144 and 16 squared is equal to 256. C squared is equal to 400. 144 plus 256 is equal to 400. Now, to get the value of C, get the square of both sides to eliminate the square. So square root of c squared is equal to square root of 400. The answer is 20. So this side is equal to 20. Now let us have another example. A ladder 13 meter long is placed on the ground in such a way that it touches the top of the vertical wall 12 meter high. Find the distance of the foot of the ladder from the bottom of the wall. Now this is the figure. This is the wall and this is the ladder. Find the distance of the ground from ladder to the wall. Now if B is 12 and C is 13, using the Pythagorean formula c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared, we substitute the given 13 squared because c is 13 is equal to a squared plus 12 squared. So 13 squared is equal to 169 and 12 squared is 144. So transpose 144 on the other side, we will have a squared is equal to 169 minus 144. We have a squared is equal to 25. So square the both sides. Square root of a squared is equal to square root of 25. So the answer is 5. So the distance of the ground from the ladder to the wall is 5.
Did you know that the knowledge of Pythagorean theorem is very important? The following are the applications of Pythagorean theorem in real life. That's all for today. I hope that this video lesson enable you to understand the concepts of Pythagorean Theorem. But for further understanding, please review your learning activity sheet week 5 quarter 3. Thank you. See you again on our next lesson.